how you're interviewing me now is how you're going to interview me after the fight.
Why did you start the beginning of the fight like with your hands down, just like walking towards him?
Because that's how I felt, Joe. I mean, like, I feel like in that fight, so there was not necessarily like beef between Jamal and I. Like, we never really exchanged, there wasn't any like heated discussions or anything. But we all have phones, we all have social media, we all, I get Google alerts and stuff anytime I'm mentioned. And so like I've seen things that were said and I'm just like, okay, whatever. I don't agree with it and I don't, whatever. If this guy looks at me as however, that's just his opinion. I think it were like things again about like the Alex fight or just saying that like he's gonna outskill me or, I don't belong in the division. Just, things like that. Like
level.
don't take my exact word for it, but
Right.
that's kind of how, like, that's the stuff that I kind of saw. So for me, there was no real reason to show any like respect. If we're in the same building, if we're in the same room, I just like whatever. I wanted to just kind of block him out. And then during the weigh-ins, so I had a press conference and they were saying like, hey, in the Alex fight, there was a lot of blood, you got cut up, da 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 da. Can we expect the same thing from you in this fight? And I said, no, there's not going to be any blood on my face. How you're interviewing me now is how you're going to interview me after the fight. I'm going to look the same. He didn't like that. I didn't say his name, but he didn't like that. And so at the weigh-ins, he come like, and mind you, we had 3 days before the weigh-ins and we'd seen each other in the hotel room and blah, 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 or in the hotel, there were many more opportunities for him to say what he said, but he chose to do it at the weigh-ins in front of Dana White. And I thought that was like, come on.
What did he say?
He said, oh, you're going to bleed. You're going to bleed. You better believe that. You're going to bleed. Like in my face, like, oh, I'm going to make you bleed. And I was just like, okay, like, sure. Like that was just really like internally, like, I'm like, okay, sure.